Hey guys, welcome back to the channel and welcome back to another video. Today we're going to be taking a look at the song Talking to Jesus by Elevation Worship. This song is pretty simple. It's probably one of the easiest songs I have ever learned. And so there's a few different ways that we could actually play this. We could do this, it's in the key of B, okay? We could capo 4 and play G, that's one way to do it. You could capo 2 and play A shape. You could just play B sheep. You can play B sheep. You can play B shape. And so that's what we're going to do in this video. I'm going to be playing B shape. Now, just so that we're on the same page, the electric guitar there at the top of the song, he's capoing 2, playing A shape, and he's basically just alternating between these two notes for the entirety of the song. I don't think he plays anything else besides that. That's his job. They were like, hey man, you're going to play these two notes for 8 minutes. Okay? This is the BPM. Can you do that? And he's probably like, are you kidding me? 2 notes? That's it? That's all you want me to play? I feel kind of bad for him. I'm like, really? Like, he's playing the same thing the entire time. Anyways, we're not going to do that unless you have a full band and you do this song, you know, and you're like, if you want to tell him like, hey, like play something, do something else, like be more interesting if you want, or keep it simple, it doesn't matter. But I'm going to show you what I would do to play this song if I were doing it solo, just on acoustic guitar in the key of B. And so listening to the song, there's not really a whole lot going on at the top of the song. Like I said, it's the electric guitarist, and then the bass comes in close to the chorus. It really just hovers around the 1 there for a good bit. The intro is all just, it's just going to be B. The verses are just B. It's not until that first chorus when the bass comes in that you can kind of start to hear the movement in the chords. And the song is only 4 chords. It's 1, 4, 5, 6 minor. So for in the key of B, that would be B, 4, B, E, F sharp, and then A flat minor. So what I would do is I'm going to play a B shape without bar chording, and this is kind of a cool way to do this. It's pointer finger, ring finger, and pinky. So these 3 fingers right here. And so what I'm going to do, pointer finger is going to go 2nd fret, A string. Ring finger is going to go 4th fret, D, and then same fret for the G string with my pinky. Just those 3 strings right there. It's a little bit more interesting than just 2 notes, but I'd probably do something like... just something super simple. Okay. And a cool thing that you can do is, without really having to move too much with your hand, going down to E, bar chording, doing all that stuff, you can actually play, since it's such a simple song like that, you can actually play those different progressions or those different chords without actually having to move, just by unmuting certain ones and then moving your finger. So if I were to play B, right, we've established that. Let's say I want to go to the E, which is the 4. All I do is just unmute that top E string and just play that. Now let's say I want to go to the 6 minor, which is A flat minor. I'm going to take my middle finger and put it on the 4th fret E. Just like that. Now, how about the 5? Well, that's 2 frets down, a full step down. Pointer finger. Could even do that if I wanted to, right? So there's a cool way to actually play at least those 4 chords. You can even do 2 minor without having to move. So being able to play that without actually having to move your hand too much. Another easy way to do that would just be to play in the key of G on capo 4. You can do that too. But anyways, now that we've established how I'm going to play this on acoustic guitar, and that's a way for you to play it as well, let's actually talk about the chords. So on Elevation's website, at the top of their chart, it says 1 and 4, or whatever key you're in, B and E, or G and C, or A and D, I think. Just alternating between those 2 chords. But I'm hearing a 6 minor in there, especially in that first chorus on the back half. You know, if you want to play the 6 minor, you can. The 6 and the 5 really don't come in until the very end of the song at the vamp, and we'll get to that. The chorus is just 4 bars, and that's when it begins to alternate between the 1 and the 4. And so this is the count. 1, 2, 3, 4. It's a slow count. It's like 60 BPM, so it would be 1, 2, 3, 4. Okay. And so that first chorus goes 1, 4, 1, 4. And then I've got 1, 6. I hear a 6. I hear the bass going to the 6. If you want to keep it simple and just play the 4, by all means do that. I'm advocating because that's what I'm hearing. It goes to the 6. So this would be that first chorus. It'd go 1, 2, 3, 4. 1, 2, 3, 4. 1, 2. 6 minor. Just like that. That's going to be that first chorus. And then from there on out, it's going to hover between the 1 and the 4. All of verse 2 does the same thing, 1 to 4. And so that 1 chord gets 3 beats and the 4 gets 1. So it'd be 1, 2, 3, 4, right? So whenever you're hearing that, you just know that 4 is always going to get 1 beat. And then I'm telling you, man, like that's it. It doesn't really change much after that. Verse 2 repeats. It goes through all of that. Chorus, again, repeats. And then there's that first turnaround of what a friend we have in Jesus, right? There's that tag or whatever. Same chords, just between the 1 and the 4. Verse 3, 1 and 4, 1 and 4, 1 and 4. It doesn't do anything different. Big chorus. You could kind of go from the picking. You could do that. So that's another thing you could do as the band begins to get bigger, or if you wanting to give it a little bit more dynamic in the song. After that big chorus twice, they go into another turnaround. I think they do the turnaround 4 times, and that turnaround being the what a friend we have in Jesus. Verse 4 is the same. There's a final chorus, and on that final chorus, I just put indefinitely, just because I just didn't know when they were going to end it. And then after that, they have that vamp section at the end of that where they go to the 6 minor, 5, and 4. And so it's just going to be the 6 minor is going to get 3 beats, the 5 is going to get 1, and then there's going to be a full bar of 4. So it would be 1. There we go. 1, 2, 3, 4. 1, 2, 3. 4, 1, 2, 3, 4, 1, 2, and they just repeat that another 2 times, and that's basically it. Like that's how you play this song. It's really easy. It's almost like I've had to re-record this video 4 different times now, just because because it was just so simple. I couldn't wrap my head around how to actually communicate the chart, because I know the chart has. Like if you were to look at my chart, you would say, yeah, that makes sense. There's 4 bars of the 1 there and then there, but like really, you could get away with just up until that vamp playing between the 1 and the 4. But what works best for elevation worship might not work best for you in your church. What you do, I'll just say that. So if you want to spice it up and say, hey, we're going to throw in a different chord here, we're going to do this, by all means, do that. There's nothing wrong with changing the arrangement, changing some of the chords. It's illegal to change lyrics. Like you can't do that. That's a copyright infringement, I guess. That would be the only thing. But that's it, guys. That's how you play this on acoustic guitar, at least in the key of B. If I were to play G shape, I mean that's almost even easier. Gosh, this is so out of tune. I've got G shape and I'm playing the top E string, and it's really just the open G or a D and G string. If you wanted to throw in those there as well. Just mess around. Like that's how I learned how to play things like that. Is just mess around, do some hammer-ons, some pull-offs, and just figure out what sounds cool and more dynamic, break it up a little bit so it's not so monotonous. Because this song, if you were playing it the same way over and over again for a while, it could get kind of boring. And so if you have any questions about this song, like how to play it, just how I'm playing on acoustic guitar, feel free to let me know down in the comments below. But I want to make a couple of other points. Number one, again, easiest song I've ever had to learn and play. And it can be easier if you just play those 2 chords the electric guitarist is playing. But, you know, vamp it up a little bit, make it your own. The second thing is, I don't think that this is a worship song. It's definitely got some worship value to it, and I think it's not congregation friendly. It's a singer-songwriter, you know, looking at Elevation Worship as a brand and an artist. It's a song that they wrote as a band. You know, like if Switchfoot puts out a song, it's a great song and it's got positive message to it. It's a great story, but you might not lead it at church. Kind of the same thing here. Don't feel obligated to try to learn it and sing it at your church just because it's another Elevation Worship song. Be mindful of that it's definitely a song that comes from the perspective of the writer, and it's very writer specific. Like it's about the writer and that person's life. And there's aspects of the song that you could implement in other worship songs, such as "What a Friend We Have in Jesus." That's another one. You know, you could like tag that in another song. This would be a song that would be great as a special, or maybe the message from your pastor is about learning to pray, right? This might be a good, maybe like you and your pastor get together and you say, hey, like we need a song about prayer. Like, hey, this is a good one. And maybe it's not a worship, but it's more of like a reflective type song, right? And so like maybe the congregation's not actually singing, but they're in prayer, or you know they're being prayed over, or whatever it is they're doing, and you're just playing the song. Yeah, it's one of those songs that's just got a really good message to it, and it would be good to hear. And as you note, if you listen to Elevation and watch their video, some of them are not actually singing; they're more spectating and taking it in, and following the journey of the song, which is really beautiful. And I think that's great. But be mindful as well that just because it works for Elevation Worship doesn't mean it works for you or for myself, and that's okay. You gotta look at things like this in their context, and just remember that as you go to learn the song and lead it or play it, whatever you do with it. All right, guys, that's it for this video. If you have any questions, let me know down in the comments below. Reach out to me on Instagram. I'd love to be able to help you. If you have any recommendations for worship songs to learn in the future, I know Elevation's coming out with a record, so be looking for those song tutorials in the next month. I think they come out with the record in like 2 or 3 weeks. So we'll be taking a listen to those songs and sifting through them, making some choices as to what we want to teach. And so be looking for that in the future. But yeah, that's everything I have. Don't forget to hit that subscribe button and the notification bell so that you'll be notified anytime I release a video. Hit like in the hit the like button too. I don't know, all the YouTube things you gotta say, right? But anyways, thanks so much for watching, guys. We'll see y'all in the next video.